Alright, so let's go ahead. You have other materials there. This is the Certified Associate Project Manager. This is the Project Charter Template. This is the Project Management Case Study. We're also going to be using this material, so you need to have it handy. So a whole lot of materials here. You have the 10-minute guide to project management and leadership. You have the project management fact book. So a whole lot of materials here. So I'll advise you to download all of them, alright, because these are the reference materials you will be using in this particular program. Okay, so after that, you now see the lectures. Alright, you see PMP lectures module 1. This is the introduction, so it has different parts. Alright, so you take it part 1, part 2, part 3, and then after that you see the quiz. You take the quiz. Okay, the quiz is actually a set of questions, multiple choice questions, which we call objective questions, that are meant to just test your knowledge about what you have studied in the module. Okay, so when you're done with that, you now move to the next module, module 2. Alright, so module 2 is about the environment in which projects operate. That's what the module 2 is all about, the environment in which projects operate. Okay, so it has different parts as well, and then you have the quiz. Then from there you move to module 3, the role of the project manager. Okay, so invariably I'm just also giving you the outline for this program. So module 3 is the role of the project manager. We're going to be learning what the project manager does. Alright, so this one now you have it in sections. You have section 1, section 2. Each of the sections have their own topic. Alright, understanding project management, exploring the project management, comparison of leadership and management, performing integration, you know, so a whole lot of topics there in different sections. And then after that you have the quiz. Alright, it's the quiz for week 3, so you take that quiz. So afterwards you move to module 4. Module 4 is project project integration management. Alright, project integration, what you have inside there. So this is section 1. So once you open it, you will see the video lecture inside. Network is really slow. I hope we are together. Okay, network is very slow. So you can see, welcome to week 4 of our project management training program. This module discusses the critical topic of project integration management. So you just see a brief explanation, all right, and then the video is supposed to be there. Okay, so I wanted to see the video inside this one, but it's not showing. But then from your end, you are going to see the video. All right, you see the video there, and then you can play it. You watch the video. Okay, maybe it's because I'm viewing it from the back end. That's why it's not showing here. But anyway, you see the video once you open it, so you just go ahead and watch it. So this one has 9 sections, and then after that you have the quiz. So you just go through it like that. Somebody wants me to. Okay. All right, so you move on like that. You have module 6. Module 6 is project schedule management. All right, that's module 6. Module 5 is module 5 is project scope management. Module 4 is project integration management. Module 5 is project scope management, where we talk about the scope of project management. All right, the boundaries. You need to set boundaries as a project manager from the beginning to the end of your project. You need to know what you are working on. All right, so here we have plan scope management under various sections. You have different sections from sections 1 to section 6. Section 1 is plan scope management. How do you plan the management of your scope? Collect requirement, define scope. I just needed to admit someone. We have define scope, create work breakdown structure. All right, validate scope, control scope. So we have different sections there. All right, under scope management, and then you now have the quiz. Okay, and after that you go to module 6. Module 6 is project schedule management. So it talks about how do you allocate time. All right, because in project management has to do with carrying out activities. All right, a set of activities that are aimed at achieving a set objective. All right, and to get that done, you have activities that are carried out within time. So project schedule management has to do with how do you allocate time, the resources of time, to that particular activity. So the next we have project quality management. All right, we have project quality management, and under that you have introduction to quality management. You have plan quality management, you have manage quality, you have control quality, and all that. So after you're done with that, you take the quiz on quality management. Then the next one is project resource management. That is all about how do you manage the resources within your projects, especially the human resources, because in project management you have different resources. You have human resources, information resources, you have material resources, you have financial resources. So but this one is talking basically about how do you manage the human resource within your within your project. So you have the introduction to project resource management, you have plan resource management, you have estimate activity resources, you have acquire resources, you have develop team, manage team, control resources. And then after that you have the quiz. So there are 6 sections under that particular one. And then you now have module 10, which is project communications management. All right, this is a very important area for the project manager, because you're going to be working with people and you need to communicate with them. So this talks about this teaches you how you communicate as a project leader, how you communicate information to your team members and how you get information from them. Alright, so the first one is introduction to project communications management, and then you have plan communications management, you have manage communications, you have monitor communications, you have okay, that's 3 sections in there. Okay, plan communication, manage communication, and monitor communications. Then after that you have the quiz. Then you move to module 11, which is project risk management. Risk will always exist in project. Risk is anything or a set of factors that tend to mitigate the progress of your project. Things that tend to limit your project from meeting its intended objective or attaining the goal for which the project is set. Alright, so you have different sections there, about 7 sections. Section 1 is project introduction to project risk management, and then you have plan risk management, section 1. Section 2, okay, we have the introduction section, which is project risk management, and then you have section 1, which is plan risk management. You have section 2, which is identify risk, and then you have section 3, which is perform qualitative risk, and then you have section 4, which is perform quantitative section 3 is perform qualitative risk analysis. Then section 4 is perform quantitative risk analysis, and section 5 plan risk responses, section 6 implement risk responses, then section 7 monitor risk. So all these things, I'm just mentioning them based on the topic, but there are a whole lot involved in all these things. So these are lectures. You have to take the lectures. They are all lectures that you're seeing here. Alright, some are 15-minute lectures, 10-minute lectures, 20-minute lectures, 30-minute lectures, as the case may be. Okay, they are video lectures. So when you're done with that, you take the quiz. Alright, then you move to module 14. It's just a minute. Just a second, please. Alright, so next you have module 12. Module 12 has to do with project procurement management. This is where you're going to be learning how to acquire the materials that you require for your project. Procurement is about purchasing. First and foremost, there are things you need to do before you decide to purchase. Alright, are you going to be using the materials or the resources within the organization, or are you going to be purchasing them from outside? So those are some of the questions you ask during procurement management. Okay, so you have the introduction there, project procurement management, and then section 1 plan procurement management, section 2 conduct procurement, section 3 control procurement, section 4 okay, it has 3 sections there, from sections 1 to 3, and then after that you have the quiz. All right, so then you move to module 13, which is the project stakeholders management. This is where we discuss how you manage the stakeholders. Stakeholders are people who are involved in the project one way or the other, and who have influence over the project, influence over the process of the project, the outcome of the project, the deliverables. So one way or the other, they have influence and they have interest as well. So if you don't manage them, if you don't manage them properly, then they are going to adversely affect how your project turns out. Okay, so you have the introduction there, and then you have section 1, identify stakeholders. You need to identify who these stakeholders are. And then section 2, plan stakeholder engagement. Section 3, manage stakeholder engagement. Monitor stakeholder engagement, which is section 4. So it has 4 sections there. And then week 13 also has the quiz, which is the project stakeholder management quiz. All right, and then finally you have the last module, which is module 14. This one has to do with the PMP exam preparation. So this one prepares you, tells you what you need to do to be able to prepare for the exam, how you need to go about writing the exam. And then following that is the certification exam. The exam has 2 parts. You may not be seeing this on your end. You are seeing it here now because I'm showing you from the back end. All right, but you won't be seeing this on this exam part. You won't be seeing it on your end until the exam time, when you're ready to take the exam. All right, so it has 2 parts, and each of the parts is 50 questions, so you have 100 questions in all. All right, and they are objective questions. Do you understand? So after going through all the 13 modules, the 13 quizzes, you can now be set to take your exam. All right, so you take your exam, and the exam is online. All right, and then following that, you have the PMP toolkit. Here you have the project manager software, the one I told you about. This software actually costs $950. all right, in fact, for those of you who have been on the program already, they are already done with the first phase, with all these modules, all the lectures. They are done with these lectures. So they are going into this next phase now, how to use this Microsoft Project Manager software to be able to start executing projects. All right, and that's what we're moving on now. So we'll have all that toolkit set up here. So for those of you who are done with your lectures, I hope you are hearing me. So what you need to do when you come in here, you just download the software, then you can install it on your system so you can start using. In here you also have the user guide, because the software has user guide and it has templates. You know, everything you need to be able to use this Microsoft Project Manager will be made available here, so you can have access to them and start working with them. Okay, you can actually apply it to any kind of project at all. All right, and next you have the PMP templates. Now templates are actually tools that help to make your work easier. All right, they are done for you tools. Let's say, for example, in this first one now, because project management will have 5 process groups. We have the initiation management, we have planning, we have execution, monitoring and control, and then closure. And then we also have agile project management, but that's a totally different thing. It's not covered in this particular PMP. All right, but basically you have 5 process groups, and each of these process groups, they have their templates. So you find all the templates right in here, okay, for your use. You're not seeing it here, like I said. I'm looking at it from the back end. So you find all the templates here. So for example, a template in the initiation management is I think collect requirement from stakeholders. So instead of you trying to do things from scratch, invent them on your own, a template is just like a form that is given to you. it already has the sections for you to fill. Okay, all you have to do is just fill them and you are good to go. Let me see if I can have access to one of them so that I can show you what I'm talking about. Let me check. Okay, so let it open up so that you can see what I'm talking about. So the template, for example, we have something like risk management, project risk management, and a very useful part or a very common part of risk management is the risk register, where you have a list of all the risk that you're going to encounter in your project. Okay, so the risk template, what it does for you is to give you columns. All you have to do is just go and fill up those columns and you are good to go. So you don't need to start breaking your head and start thinking of what to do from the scratch. It's already done for you. You just fill up and then you are good to go. So for every section of the project management, you have templates there that you can actually use to do your work. And then down here you have complementary courses. These are bonus courses, soft skills that you also need to learn that can complement your project management competency. All right, we have a course here on personal branding. All right, personal branding is a very, very important aspect of your professional life, especially for those of you who are entry level. You are just coming into the field, the marketplace. You're preparing yourself to enter the marketplace. You need to understand personal branding. How do you show up? All right, what do people get to know you for? All right, how do you start developing yourself and specializing yourself in a particular area so that you become an authority in that particular area? Do you understand? So that's what personal branding is all about. How do you brand yourself as a professional, as an individual in the marketplace? How do you brand yourself to be able to attract the kind of people that you want, the kind of people that will pay you what you are worth? So you have to brand yourself, right? Because you are a brand. Whether you know it or not, you are a brand. So if you don't brand yourself, other people are going to brand you, and the kind of branding that they may give you may not be what you want. So you want to brand yourself as somebody who is valuable, as somebody who is relevant to the needs of an organization, to the needs of the marketplace. So this is a very important complementary course that you don't want to miss, personal branding. And then we have the one on leadership, right? That's a course, a whole course on leadership. You can take that one. And then we have productivity at work as well. All these are courses, different courses that you can actually take. They are video lectures, all right? And you have I think you have audios inside them as well. Yeah, they are both video and audio, so you can actually download it on your phone and watch it on the go. Oh, sorry, listen to it on the go. Then we have stress management there, right? How do you manage stress? Project manager, you know, there may be a lot that you are responsible for. So at the end of the day, you may find out that if you don't manage stress, you could be stressed out, and that could affect your productivity. So you need to learn stress management, all right, in the workplace. And then you now have job hunting. Most people get into the job market and then they start doing trial and error. You don't want to do that. You want to be strategic in your approach towards job hunting. Do you understand? So this is going to teach you everything you need to know. And then you have materials there that are also going to help you: CV templates, cover letter templates, interview preparation guide, career planning guide, corporate etiquette. You have all those materials right inside here, and you can actually download them. Okay, so that is that for that. I'm just walking you through the training platform. Everything you need is right in here. And then of course, I've said you have a support group on WhatsApp and then on Facebook. You have 24-hour support. Anytime you have any question or any issue, you can always drop it on the support group, and you'll be attended to. And then here we also have a stream section. You can also ask your question here or make your comment here as well in this platform, apart from our support groups on Facebook and WhatsApp. All right, network is really slow or poor because it's still raining, so the template is not opening, but not to worry, you can see it on the platform there. When you get in there, you can always download it. All right, so at this point I'd like to walk you through at least the first part of the course. All right, because like I've said, the course is a self-paced one. You're going to be taking it on your own whenever it's convenient for you. And mind you, we have a learning schedule. If you want me to give it to you, I can give it to you. Just you can send me a DM to give you the learning schedule. A learning schedule we have prepared, so every day you have a time that you can come online and take your class. It can be daily, it can be once in 2 days, once in 3 days, as the case may be. So you have that learning schedule. And another thing you ought to know, what some people do is they download the video lectures, because like I said, all these things are video lectures. Apart from the ones in PDF materials, the video lectures, you can download it, all right, on your YouTube app, okay, because they are actually hosted on YouTube. Okay, so you can install the YouTube app, not the YouTube Lite. Make sure it's the YouTube app, the main app. So you install it, so you can have these things downloaded on your YouTube app, so that when you are watching them, you don't need to use data. So you only download it once, and they are short videos. All right, they flow easily and very simplified. So you only download it once, and you can watch it as many times as you want without having to use data. All right, so that saves you data. You understand? All right, so now one thing I want to mention is okay, let me leave that till I go to my slides. First and foremost, let me see. Oh, this call ends in 5 minutes. Let me know if you are still with me. Okay, I have people here. I believe you can hear me. So if you can hear me, unmute your. Okay, you've been following so far, right? Especially for those of you just joining us. All right, let me just take the next 5 or so minutes to just walk you through my. Hello, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I said it's 4 minutes. They've given us notification that the class will end in 4 minutes.
Okay, it's 4 minutes. All right. Don't worry, even if it ends, we can always start up again. You know, it's actually 1 hour. It's supposed to be a 1 hour class, so schedule for 1 hour. So even if it ends, we can always start up again. But then, should I take you through the slides, or should we leave that one? What do you say?
I can come back to the slide.
Okay. So even if it ends, because it's going to end automatically, so even if it ends, just stay put. I'll restart it, and then you can rejoin through the link again. Okay. All right. So let me share. Let me stop sharing this. But I hope you got, especially those of you joining us today, you got everything I said about the training platform, right? Can you unmute your mic? Let me be sure. Fortune, Savage. Okay. So you can see is very seamless. All right. So what the first thing you do, like I said, is to download the app. You have access to the app there. All right. You can see the mobile download mobile app. Then you can always download it and navigate through it from your phone. So let me stop sharing that one and then share with you. Let me share with you my slide.